Good morning, dear children. How are you all this morning? I hope all of you have come back to the maths class with much more fresh energy after your 2 days break, right? Sunday and Monday both were a holiday. So, let's begin with our class. Now, as you know that we had done, in our last class, we had done exercise 3.4 where we had already done number 1, 2 and 3 and number 4 was given to you as your homework, right? Now, today we will start with number 5. Now, before we start doing number 5, what are we going to do today? We are going to learn a new concept. And what is that? That is co-prime numbers, okay? That is co-prime numbers. Now, what are co-prime numbers? Any number, any two numbers. If you take any two numbers, that can be 2 prime number, 2 composite number, or 1 prime and 1 composite number. If any two numbers are having only 1 as their common factor, that is, if they are having the number 1 as their common factor, then the numbers are known as what? Those two numbers are known as co-prime. Now, we know 1 is a factor for every number, right? Again, I'm repeating, any two numbers, if they have the number 1 as their only common factor. In our last class, we did about common factors and common multiples. So, I hope you all remember what are common factors. So, any two numbers which will have only 1 as their common factor, they are known as what? They are known as co-prime. Okay. So, what's the definition? The definition is any two numbers having only 1 as their common factor are called co-prime numbers. They are known as what? They are known as co-prime. So, for the example, now how do we find if two numbers are co-prime or not? What are we going to do? I am going to do number 5, number A as your example. So, that will serve two purposes. I'll be able to explain you an example and we will also be done with one of our sum. Okay? I hope while I was explaining and telling you the definition, you all have written. Right? I even told you in the last class that I want you all to jot down the things while you are doing the class only. Okay? Don't depend on the notes. On the notes, from the notes you cross check if you have written correctly or not. Okay? So for our example, what are we going to do? For our example, we are going to do number 5, number A of exercise 3.4 that we were already doing. Exercise 3.4 we had done till number 3 and 4 was homework. So number 5. In number 5A, you see, I'm sure you all are having your books, children. So that is page number 59. In page number 59, exercise 3.4, number 5, what is given? Which of the following numbers are co-prime? So, let us find out if number A is co-prime or not. And in the same way, you will be proceeding with your other numbers that are given to you. Okay? So, number 5A is 18 and 35. Now, in your definition, you read what? 1 as the common factor. That means obviously we have to take out the common factors of the two numbers that are given. So, first let us find out the factors of 18. 1 into 18 is equal to 18. 2 9s are 18. 3 6 are 18. In 4's table, do we have 18, children? In 4's table, are we having 18? No, we don't. 5, no. 6, we have already written. So, these are the factors of 18. What will be the factors of 18? Factors of 18 are, what are those? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. Right? Now, let us write the factors of 35. Now, 1 into 35. 1 into 35 is equal to 35. Then in 2's table, do we have 35? It is 5, so obviously we do not have. 3's table, will 35 be divisible by 3? 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 2 remainder, so not possible. 4 is a 32, 4 9 is a 36, does not come. Next we have 5. 5 7s are 35. Right? 5 7s is 35. So the factors of 35 are 1, 5, 7, 35. Right? So now children, what are the common factors that we can find? We are having 1, 2, not there, 3, not there, 6, not there, 9, not there, 18 also not there. So what are the common factors? What are the common factors, children? The common factors are 1. Common factor is 1 only. So 18 and 35 are co-prime. So what are we going to write? Therefore 18 and 35 are co-prime numbers. Okay? So 18 and 35 are your co-prime numbers. Okay? So this was our number 5A. So I hope you will be able to do the others, that is B, C, D, E and F. Now let's see what is the question of number 6. Number 6, what are we having? A number is divisible by both 5 and 12. A number is divisible by the number 5 and it is also divisible by the number 12. By which other number will that number be always divisible? Now, from how will we find that out? Now, that number will always be divisible by a multiple of 5 and 12. Okay? Now, what am I saying and what will we do it? Number 6 question is what? This question is, a number is divisible by 5 and 12. Let's take the number 120. Example. Okay. Let's take the number 120. Now, is 120 divisible by 5? Yes, since it is having 0, so obviously it is divisible by 5, right? So, 120 divisible by 5 is done. Now, is 120 divisible by 12? 12 ones are 12, 0, 0. So, the answer is 10. So, yes, 120 is also divisible by 12. Now, by which number will this 120 always be divisible? Can you find out? Yes, we can easily find out. By how? The question is, a number is divisible by 5 and 12. By which other number will that number be always divisible? So our answer will be, we need to find the multiple of 5 and 12. That is 5 into 12. 5 into 12 is how much? 5 into 12 is 60. I told you all to learn the tables now, children. 12 into 5, 12 5s are how much? 12 5s is 60. So, the number, what will be our answer? What will our answer be? The number divisible by both 5 and 12 will always be divisible by 60. Okay. So whenever you have this kind of a question where the question is given that any particular number is divisible by both the numbers, okay, two numbers are given to you and it is told that a particular number is divisible by these two numbers, by both of them. So which other number will be divisible, which other number will be able to divide that number? It will always be a multiple of the two numbers. Here what were the numbers given to us? It was 5 and 12. So 5 12 is 60. So that number, provided obviously it has to be more than 60. So that number will always be divisible by 60. Okay. Now, if you think that, miss, if there is a number smaller which is divisible by 12 and 5 both. Let's say, okay. Now, I told you to learn the table of 12, right? So 12 5s are 60. Now anything less than 60, 12 1s are 12. Is it divisible by 5? No. 12 2s are 24. It is again not divisible by 5. What was the divisibility rule of 5, children? One's place has to be 0 or 5. Exactly. So 12 1s are 12, not divisible by 5. 12 2s are 24, not divisible by 5. 12 3s are 36. Not divisible by 5. 12 4s are 48. Not divisible by 5. Are any of these 4, 12, 24, 36, 48 divisible by 5? No, they are not. 12 5 just 60. 60 is divisible by 5. And 60 is also divisible by 12. And obviously 60 will be divisible by 60, right? And any number has to be more than that to be divisible by 5 and 12 both, because there are no numbers between these less than 60. Just now we saw there are no numbers less than 60 which is divisible by both 5 and 12. Yes, I hope I am making myself clear. Less than 60, which are the numbers divisible by 12? 12, 24, 36 and 48. And these four numbers are not divisible by 5. 60 is the least. 60 is the smallest number that is divisible by both 5 and 12. So any number will be bigger than them. So if any number is divisible by both 5 and 12, then that number has to be divisible by 60 also. Okay. So this was our number 6. Now let's come to number 7. What is number 7? A number is divisible by 12. By what other numbers will that number be divisible? A number is divisible by 12. By what other numbers will that number be divisible? Can anyone think of the answer? Now, if any number is divisible by 12, then that number will be divisible by all the factors of 12. Okay. Now, suppose, what did I say? If any number is divisible by 12, then that number will be divisible by all the factors of 12. How? Let's just find out. Let's take 60 only, right? We know that 60 is already divisible by 12, right? So let's take 60 as an example. Number 7. Let's take 60 as our example. Now first of all, let us find out the factors of 12. 1 into 12 is equal to 12. 2 6 are 12. 3 4 are 12. So what are the factors? The factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Now let's see if 60 is divisible. Obviously 60 will be divisible by 1. It will also be divisible by 12. If it is divisible by 2, 2, 3 just 6, 0, 0. So yes, it is divisible by 2. Is it divisible by 3? 3, 2 just 6, 0. Yes, 0. So yes, it is also divisible by 3. It is divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 4? 60. 4 ones are 4. 2 carry 20. 4 5s is 20. So yes, it is also divisible by 4. Left is 6. It is quite easy. 6 10 is 60. We all know, right? 6 10 60. So yes, it is also divisible by 6. So it is divisible. The number 60 is divisible by all the factors of 12. So what will we be writing as our answer? We will write any number which is divisible by 12 will be divisible by all its factors. Okay? Similarly, if you are given, if a number is divisible by 15, if a number is divisible by 15, by which other numbers will that be divisible? The number will be divisible by all the factors of 15. Now, what are the factors of 15? 1, 3, 5 and 15. These are the only 4 factors. So, our answer will be what? The numbers are divisible by the number, that particular number which is divisible by 15 will also be divisible by 1, 3, 5 and 15. So, in this case, what are we having? A number is divisible by 12. So, what are we going to write? A number which is divisible by 12 will also be divisible by which numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 4 and 6. A number which is divisible by 12 will also be divisible by 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Okay. So children, today we have completed what? We have completed exercise 3.4. And what have we learnt? We have learnt about co-prime numbers and also about some new facts about multiples and factors. Right? What was that? If any number is divisible by particular two numbers, then that number will also be divisible by the multiple of those two numbers. And if any number is divisible by a particular number, then that number will also be divisible by all of its factors. Okay? So, children, this is where we will stop today. I hope you have understood very well, and I also hope that you all are practicing. And make sure that tables need to be learned. I told you that in today's class I'll be asking you 10 minutes we will have for table. I guess I won't do it today, but I will do it in my next class, that is tomorrow. Okay? So, we are already done with 3.4, and before we start 3.5, I am going to test you on your tables. Okay? Thank you and have a great day. Keep learning.